Innovator's Dilemma is already considered an essential business read by many. Written by Clayton Christensen, it covers how big businesses have trouble with disruptive innovation and how they're set up just not to handle it very well. In this book, he covers lots of different topics, which I think are still extremely relevant, even though it's from 97. But are some of these lessons a little bit dated? Let's find out. We are going to cover 3 different areas, starting off with why is big business and their culture really hard for disruption to occur, and why are they very susceptible to it? How can they solve that? And then also, hey, is this really right? What is he getting some of these things wrong? Because I do have some of that, especially with some of the newer research. Clay Christensen likes these different paradoxes, and he starts right out the gate with saying, hey, your best business practices are going to make you extremely vulnerable to disruption. And he brings up that good management practices of, hey, what are the customers saying? What is our best value products? What are our competitors doing? Following these things make you more susceptible to disruption. And these values and what is measured for success are brought all the way down into the culture of an organization. Where even if executives are going out and saying, hey, we need to look at this new sector, we need to try to sell along these products, companies will have their middle management go out and continue to do what they've always done. Not because they're most comfortable, but because they actually believe that is what is best for the business, because they're doing all the things they're supposed to be doing. They're looking at the highest profit margins. They're looking at what customers say. And what this reminds me of in lots of ways is how Ford went out and said, hey, if people really wanted something new, they will have to actually ask me for a faster horse, not a car. And this is what we're ending up running into. He brings up that one of the reasons this might be occurring is that as you continue to listen to the customer, you almost create an oversupply and turn your product into commodity. So you're competing over different things. And this makes sense. As you start making a better iPhone, for example, eventually reach a point where you might not need another one. There's a classic parody of this with razor blades, as you have 1 razor, 3 razors, 5 razors, 17 razors. Gets a little absurd. In the same way, we're kind of doing that with many of our products. So you shift from, hey, is this providing the function that I need? Is this doing it reliably and efficiently of what I need? And then is the price just about right? And the products seem to go through those different life cycles. Now, disruptive products can go in and find, hey, there's a new thing that is really something we need to take care of. Then if our best practices for being a profitable company end up hurting our disruption, what can we do? Well, he brings up that many times the biggest proponents for disruptive technology end up creating a little spin-off company. So why not skip that middleman step and create a smaller division so that they can do innovation, they can grow and expand different markets. The nice thing about a smaller company is that they would still be excited about things that can be considered low margin for traditionally established products. So as a market is growing out, as these things are occurring, the smaller company can go ahead and do those things. And also, they're more willing to grow out the market. Now, being written in 97 is a little fun because we get to see, hey, what are some of his predictions on how things are turning out for storage and for electric cars? What did he get right and where did he get wrong? And this is where I feel that it is starting to show his age a little bit. A lot has changed in business since then. One of the biggest things he got wrong is discussion of, hey, your disruptive technology really has to be looking for the lower margins and how you can deliver to those areas. And that's completely wrong, especially with electric cars. Tesla's a fantastic example of where they took a lot of the things, a lot of the problems with electric cars, low range, reliability, the cost of the batteries, and instead of looking at it as negative, turned it into this high profile car where, hey, you get to be able to say, hey, I'm an environmentalist, I have an electric car, has amazing speed, goes super fast, just completely different than what he is suggesting the market should look like as electric cars are developed. Which might get into one of my critiques about how this might be a little dated. Nowadays, we can hyper segment customers much better than I believe we could back in 97. We have lots of different technologies where you can provide almost boutique, just about anything, whether you will have computer services or fast electric cars or something else, and you're able to produce those. I think in that way, some of the lessons seem a little dated because They're really looking at manufacturing and a product life cycle and development that is extremely long instead of this rather rapid thing that is happening. Finally, I wouldn't look at this book as being prescriptive. There are a lot of examples that I feel in some ways are dated just because of how companies can be hyper segmented to different customers and how they can really provide value in a much different time frame and timeline. If you have any other books that you kind of consider that business canon and the important ones that every business leader should read, please let me know. Always looking for more things to read, to expand, and to review so that we can all become better business leaders together. Hey, thanks very much. Have a great one.